Hi everybody! Today we're going to be talking about yet another one of those modal auxiliaries. This time we're going to be covering Wollen, so that the next time that you hear the Rammstein song Ich will, you can sing along. So, if you haven't seen the German with Puppets video that goes along with this, go ahead and click on that button up there at the top. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get the conjugation out of the way. First of all, you know the version Ich will because that's the Rammstein reference I just made. And if you haven't seen that, there's a link over there in the doobly-doo. So, the do form, just add an ST to it. Ich will, du willst. The RZS form is always the same. Du willst, RZS will, wir wollen. Ihr wollt, Sie wollen. There's your conjugation forms for the modal auxiliary wollen, and of course if you don't know what it means at this point, it means I want, you want, he wants, and so on in English. Wollen can be used in the same way that möchten can be used. Möchten means would like, wollen means want, and möchten is generally considered to be a little bit more polite than wollen, so that's one way that you might differentiate. Also, möchten is going to be used most of the time without an extra verb, whereas wollen is probably going to need an extra verb attached to it. So let's try out some examples here. In section 2 it says just translate these sentences into German. Seems simple enough. So the first one on here, it says, do you, plural informal that is, want to try on the skirt? Well, let's start off with the fact that this is a question, and questions start with the verb. In this case we want the conjugated verb first, which in this case is our form of wollen. So now we have to find out what is our subject. In this case, you. Plural informal means that we have to have the ihr form, so we need ihr wollt. But in this case a question, wollt ihr. Then we need the skirt, which is our direct object, the thing being tried on in this sentence, which is der Rock. Since it's the direct object, we have den Rock, and then we have our infinitive at the end of the sentence, to try on, which we're using the verb anprobieren. The full sentence then is, wollt ihr den Rock anprobieren? Do you want to try on the skirt? In Nummer 2, it says, do you, singular informal this time, want to dance? So we need singular informal, which is du, and so we need the do form of the verb wollen, which would be willst. Willst du tanzen? Do you want to dance? Willst du tanzen? Nummer 3. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. Sorry, I'll stop. I want to ride my bicycle. Ich is the German word for I, so obviously we start with that. Then we have to have want, which would be the ich form of wollen, which would be ich will. My bicycle, mein Fahrrad, and the word to drive or to ride, in this case fahren. Ich will mein Fahrrad fahren. I want to ride my bicycle. Nummer 4. My brother and I want to fly to Germany. My brother and I would make up the wir form, so we need the wir form of wollen, which is wollen. My brother would be mein Bruder, und ich wollen. Mein Bruder und ich wollen. To Germany, nach Deutschland. Fly, fliegen. Mein Bruder und ich wollen nach Deutschland fliegen. Nummer 5. The child wants to buy the toy. German word for child is das Kind. Wants would have to be conjugated to go with the child, which is a singular form, the RZS form, which would mean we need will. The toy could have used several options here, but I'm using the word Spielzeug in my example, das Spielzeug. And then we have to have the word to buy at the end of the sentence, which is kaufen. So the full sentence is, das Kind will das Spielzeug kaufen. In Nummer 6, the customer wants to buy the sweater. The word for customer is der Kunde. Wants would have to be conjugated to go with the Kunde, which in this case would be will. The sweater is the thing being bought, and so we have to use here den Pulli, the direct object version, den for the accusative, and then kaufen at the end of the sentence for the infinitive. Der Kunde will den Pulli kaufen. The customer wants to buy the sweater. In Nummer 7, the salespeople want to sell clothing. That's kind of what they're doing there. That's their job. The salespeople would be die Verkäufer, which is the plural form of der Verkäufer. Want is conjugated to go with the plural form, which is the they form, so we need here wollen. Clothing is Kleidung, and verkaufen is the word to sell, so our full sentence is die Verkäufer wollen Kleidung kaufen. Today's video is pretty short. That's all we had today. As long as you can conjugate it and you know that your infinitive goes at the end of the sentence for each one of these, you should be relatively well off for this. It follows the same pattern as the other modal auxiliaries do, and that is wollen. Thanks for watching. If you want to see some other videos from me, go ahead and click some of those buttons. If you don't click those buttons. Thanks. Bye.